talk about intensive versus extensive agriculture, and it's basically a continuum of intensive is you have a great amount of land inputs, or that could be money put in, that could be hard manual labor put in, versus the opposite side of thing, or and compared to the land use, compared to extensive, which is usually less labor compared to the amount of land. So extensive, a lot of land, very few labor. Intensive, hard work on a small amount of land. So I think this kind of sums it up pretty well. And so, for instance, over here on the right, intensive, hard work, small area. Okay, extensive, huge amounts of land, big area. Now, capitals are going to it too, but I mean, think of how big of a field you're going to need to. Why would you buy an airplane if you're just doing this little piece? You got to have a pretty big farm to need an airplane. Now, for example, raising beef out west, Western United States actually has both components of it. So you have a lot of beef that will start in Wyoming on an extensive piece of land where it's a huge open area like this where there's not very many cows, and then it'll get transferred to feedlots in Colorado. This would be combining the two. All right, and so when you're looking at intensive and extensive, and I like the chart here. I like our chart mainly because it lays it out. Okay, so here's more MDC farming of what's intensive. Yeah, you're looking truck and dairy farming. Okay, you're gonna have small pieces of land. Think of just your normal garden in your by your house. That's an intensive piece because it requires a lot of labor for just that little small piece of land. As opposed to extensive in commercial, where it's gonna be big, huge, open pieces of land, but then compared to the land, it doesn't require that much labor, and also it makes it easy for machinery to do. Now, in subsistence agriculture, subsistence, again, it's going to be more of that horticulture, more of that your perishable items that are going to grow a wide variety of crops, though, that are going to be close to the city. I mean, this is small farms, intensive subsistence agriculture, small farms, not very far outside the city, more often than not. And what they're going to do is then they're going to sell those stuff in the local markets, as opposed to extensive subsistence. This is big, extensive piece of land. So like pastoral nomadism and shifting cultivation take up so much of the world's land, even though they don't actually grow that much compared to others. So when you think of pastoral nomadism, I mean, you're basically keeping track of your animals, and your animals are part of your everyday life. I mean, that takes a lot of land. A lot of land. I'm not saying it's not hard work, because it's really hard work. But at the same time, the amount of work compared to the land is your big difference. I like the chart, and I like these two over here on the right. Intensive, hard work, small area. Extensive, small area. Small labor, big area. Extensive, small labor, big area. Intensive, hard work, small area.